Hey there, welcome back to Brownble. I'm so happy you're here because today I'm teaching you how to make some really simple and delicious tempeh and kidney bean burgers that have a little secret ingredient that's gonna make the texture unbelievable. They're really easy to make, so let's get started with your quick steps. The first step, as you know, whenever we're cooking with tempeh is to steam the tempeh. We're also going to drain a can of kidney beans and we're gonna save that liquid. You're gonna see why. Then in a food processor, we're gonna combine and pulse a few ingredients to add lots of flavor and structure. So we're adding some garlic, some onion, some green onion, and also our little secret ingredient. We add in our tempeh, our beans, and we pulse until we have that base for our burgers. We form our little burger patties, we cook them in a pan, and then we assemble our burgers with all your favorite fixings. We're gonna cut up our tempeh and place it in a steamer basket. We're gonna cook it, let it steam for about 10 minutes. Now we're going to drain our can of kidney beans and we're gonna reserve that liquid because that liquid, as you know, is what we now call aquafaba, and it's a great egg replacer, and it's what we're going to use for, that texture and as that binder for our burgers. So we're gonna reserve that. Now, you know that typically aquafaba is what we get from a can of chickpeas, not of red kidney beans, but today we're cheating a little bit. It's still gonna be wonderful. For baked goods, for example, I prefer the chickpea brine, but for this, it's gonna be great. We're not gonna buy an additional can of chickpeas, so just use what you have in that can. We're also gonna rinse and drain those beans so that we kind of take away that excess sodium that they come with. Once you've rinsed and drained your kidney beans, now I have a little trick to show you. I like to put it on some paper towels and really dry them off. This is really gonna help. You really wanna control the amount of liquid that goes into your food processor to form your burger patties. If it's too much, the texture is just gonna be off. So just dry them really well and we're gonna set them aside. In a food processor, we're going to add some red onion, some green onion, garlic, and we're also gonna add our secret ingredient, which is some corn tortilla chips. This is going to be the perfect texture to absorb the moisture from our other ingredients. And it's gonna give the perfect kind of mouthfeel when we bite into our burgers. They're not gonna fall apart. It's really, really fantastic. Now, if you don't have any, you can also use breadcrumbs or ground flax seeds, but trust me, tortilla chips, it's the secret of the veggie burger, especially if you wanna cook it in the pan and have it be nice and firm. We're gonna add a big handful of cilantro. We're also going to add some sea salt and a couple of tablespoons of flour, and we're going to pulse that until it's nice and fine. And then we add in our beautiful proteins, so those kidney beans and that pre-steamed tempeh. And of course, we need to add those tablespoons of aquafaba that we had reserved, and then we pulse everything together. The idea is not to puree it. All you want to do is kind of combine all the ingredients and have a texture that, you can form a patty like that. This amount will be enough for 6 burgers, and what's great is you can freeze them, you can keep them in the fridge and use them throughout the week by just warming them up in a skillet, which you're gonna see soon what that looks like. So what I like to do is I like to prepare 6 little balls. That way I can see if they're all kind of the same size, and then I form the patties. Bring a pan to the stove and we're gonna heat it at medium heat. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons of oil for every batch that we cook. So this isn't gonna, they aren't all going to fit in our pan. So we're gonna start with 3. We're gonna add a little bit of oil to the pan, cook those, and we're gonna let that little golden base form with a lot of patience. Don't move them around. Just let that little kind of golden crust form for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we flip and we cook until the bottom is also nice and golden brown. One thing I love to do is use up the pan I've just removed our veggie burgers and use that hot pan to lightly toast our bread. It's always a great idea to let your veggie burgers rest. This is gonna firm them up even more, and it's gonna be the perfect texture when you bite into that burger. It's not gonna fall apart. So while that is happening, while that's resting there, what you can do is assemble the rest of your components for your burgers. You can use any kind of toppings that you like. I have some tomato slices, some red onion, I've got some guacamole, which is my favorite for these burgers. I have some lettuce leaves, and of course our trio of sauces. I have some ketchup, some vegan mayo, some Dijon mustard. Use whatever you like. You can use some sauteed mushrooms. You can put some vegan cheese on those burgers while they're on the pan. Anything you like. I love to serve these delicious tempeh and kidney bean burgers with a little bit of guac on the side, and today I'm serving it with some sweet potato oven fries. And you can make our sweet potato fries, our oil-free crispy potatoes, any side that you love. They're so delicious. So go ahead, make them, show us your pictures, use the hashtag Brownble, and I'll see you again really soon with more at Brownble.